A sanctioned oil tanker was struck near the Strait of Hormuz early Tuesday, injuring 4 crew members and triggering renewed security concerns along one of the world's most strategically sensitive maritime corridors. Maritime security sources confirm the vessel sustained structural damage above the waterline while transiting international waters. The tanker did not sink, and no immediate oil spill has been reported. The injured crew members were treated on board before being transferred for medical evaluation. The identity of the attacker has not been officially confirmed. The Strait of Hormuz connects the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman and onward to the Arabian Sea. Roughly 1/5 of globally traded oil passes through this narrow maritime corridor daily. The waterway sits between Iran to the north and Oman, and the United Arab Emirates to the south. Its narrow shipping lanes make vessels particularly vulnerable to surveillance, drone activity, and small boat operations. Any disruption in this corridor has immediate implications for global energy markets. Preliminary assessments indicate the vessel was struck by a projectile or drone-delivered munition. The damage pattern suggests a controlled strike rather than an accidental collision. Security analysts note similarities to previous asymmetric maritime attacks in the region involving unmanned aerial systems or limpet-style explosive devices. No group has claimed responsibility. The 4 injured crew members reportedly suffered blast-related injuries and shrapnel wounds. None are currently in critical condition, according to maritime safety officials. The tanker remains operational under reduced speed and is being escorted toward a secure anchorage for inspection. There is no confirmed environmental contamination at this time. The tanker was reportedly operating under sanctions-related scrutiny, linked to restricted crude exports. Sanctioned shipping operations often rely on opaque ownership structures, flag changes, and ship-to-ship transfers to move oil cargoes. Such vessels can become targets amid geopolitical tensions. The attack raises questions about enforcement, retaliation dynamics, and maritime gray zone conflict. The tanker was reportedly operating under sanctions-related scrutiny, linked to restricted crude exports. Sanctioned shipping operations often rely on opaque ownership structures, flag changes, and ship-to-ship transfers to move oil cargoes. Such vessels can become targets amid geopolitical tensions. The attack raises questions about enforcement, retaliation dynamics, and maritime gray zone conflict. Oil futures rose modestly following reports of the strike, reflecting risk premiums tied to maritime instability. Energy traders closely monitor disruptions in the strait due to its critical throughput volume. Even limited attacks can influence shipping insurance rates and freight costs. Market volatility remains contained but sensitive. Marine insurers are assessing whether the incident alters risk classifications for vessels transiting the corridor. Increased premiums could affect shipping flows, particularly for tankers associated with sanctioned trade routes. Operators may reroute or delay transit pending security assurances. Regional governments have called for restraint while investigations continue. Officials from Gulf states emphasized the importance of maritime security and uninterrupted energy transit. No formal attribution has been issued. Diplomatic channels are reportedly active to prevent escalation. Security analysts classify this incident as calibrated signaling rather than open conflict escalation. However, repeated maritime strikes increase the probability of miscalculation. A misidentified vessel or misattributed strike could trigger retaliatory cycles. The strategic fragility of narrow choke points makes deterrence management complex. The damaged tanker is expected to undergo full inspection before continuing transit. Security patrols in the strait are likely to intensify. The event reinforces the vulnerability of global energy infrastructure at maritime choke points. Even limited strikes carry disproportionate geopolitical and economic impact. Monitoring continues as authorities work to determine responsibility.